Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yeah. So please confirm that you are able to see my screen. My voice is clear and you are able to see me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So in the last class, we were dealing with analyzing an amplifier circuit using H parameters. Okay. Why we had to do that? Because see, in this circuit, we are not knowing details about this component. Okay. If you have just resistors and inductors, right? You can use your KVL, KCL, and you can analyze those circuits. But now we do not have the details of this component, which is bipolar junction transistor. So for that, what we are doing is we are going for the AC equivalent. Why? Because we want to analyze the gain of the amplifier. Okay, right? So gain is in terms of the AC signal. You are giving a small AC signal, you are getting larger. So what we are doing, we are going for AC equivalent, and that AC equivalent, we are replacing the transistor with its H parameter model, and we are analyzing. We have already analyzed current gain, input resistance, voltage gain, output admittance. We have done this. Also, we have found out the overall voltage gain by considering the source resistance. Okay. And then we also found out the overall current gain, which is output current by source current. How did we do that? The source, okay, which is voltage source in series with the resistance, we have considered its equivalent as current source in parallel with the resistance. This is called as source transformation. What does source transformation tell? A voltage source in series with a resistance can be replaced by a current source in parallel with the resistance. Okay, voltage source in series with the resistance. Only this part, these two components, voltage source in series with the resistance, those two components you can replace by current source in parallel with the resistance. Observe this RA is as it is. This RA is as it is. RS has the same value. RS, IS will actually be VS by RS. The value of IS will be VS by RS. Okay, so that is source transformation. Why did we go for source transformation? Because we want the overall current gain. Okay, so, and this is the expression which we have discussed in the previous class. Now, what is power? Okay, what is power? Anybody give me answer? Power is simply product of voltage and current, isn't it? Product of voltage and current. If the phase angle between the voltage and current is 0, okay, if the phase angle is non-zero, then this is the expression. Okay, right? This is the expression. Power is voltage multiplied by current multiplied by cos theta. Cos theta is the phase angle between the voltage and current. Okay. Okay, fine. So when it is purely resistive means no J term, isn't it? Okay. R plus some Jx. This is the impedance. Purely resistive means no J term. No J term means angle theta is 0. Okay. Angle theta is 0 means cos theta is equal to 1. Okay. So for purely resistive load, okay, for purely resistive load, the power is simply VC IC. Okay, right? The power is simply in terms of the voltage and current. Okay, now let us go back to our circuit. Okay, now in the circuit, what will power be? power will be VC. Okay, simply the output, multiply the output voltage and output current. Okay, the output voltage is VC, output current is IL. Okay, VC IL. Now, if I want only the magnitude, okay, sign doesn't matter. But if I want the exact value, what I do is I multiply VC and the current here will be minus IC. So VC into minus IC will give us the power at the output terminal. Okay, so we can call this VC or VL. Okay, because anyway the collector voltage as well as the load voltage both are the same. Okay, so I can write it as VC into IL or minus VC into IC. Now output, see, it is simple. Gain, power gain is output power by input power. Next, output power, output voltage multiplied by output current. Okay, power, voltage into current, output power, output voltage into output current. Simple. Okay, so input power, can anybody tell me what would input power be? Please answer. What will be input power? One of you please answer.
VB into IB.
Why VB into IB?
If we don't consider source voltage, then
Very
it
good.
is VB into IB.
Very good, very good, correct. But okay, good, correct. We are taking VB IB because VB is input voltage, IB is input current. Okay, not considering source, that is the power at the input port. Good. Okay, so now very simple. Gain is, we found out PL, we found out PI. The ratio of those two will be the gain. Okay, so ratio of those two, PL, PI, whatever expressions we got in the previous, that will be our overall gain. Okay, now if you look at the expressions, okay, VC by VB is nothing but AV, isn't it? Okay, let us go back to the previous slide. Let us go back to the previous slide. Here, VC by VB is AV. Okay, and next, what is AI? AI is minus IC by IB. Okay, so AI AV expressions which we derived earlier, now we are bringing them here. Okay, so VC by VB I can write it as AV, minus IC by IB AI. Okay, so simply AV into AI is the power gain. Voltage gain multiplied by current gain is giving you power gain. Okay, further, again in the previous classes we have found out that AV is AV in terms of AI. Okay, we have found out AV in terms of AI. So that again, if we replace, so what is the expression of AV that we found? AV in the previous class was AI into RL by RI. Okay, AV was AI into RL by RI. So that let us replace here. Let us replace that here. AI into RL by RI. AI into RL by RI into again AI. So AI becomes AI square. RL by RI, which we earlier, okay, which was here, you get it as it is. Okay. So how are we finding power gain? For now, please remember this is valid for purely resistive. Okay, purely resistive load, right? For purely resistive load, power is voltage into current. Output power, output voltage into output current. Output voltage VC, output current minus IC. So VC into minus IC. Next, input power, input voltage, input current. Okay, obviously neglecting source. And ratio, easy to understand. Power gain is voltage gain multiplied by current gain. Again, this voltage gain, what we got in terms of current gain, we are replacing to get this expression. Okay, so these are all the equations which we have derived. Okay, see, just understand the process. Okay, it is very important because in exam, okay, at the engineering level, they will try to twist the question as much as possible. Okay, so the process you should be thorough. Instead of analyzing the circuit we are analyzing in the class, they may give a new circuit. Okay, so how will you go about? You will go for AC equivalent. What is the process for AC equivalent? Replace DC by ground, capacitors you will replace by short circuit. Okay, and then once you get the AC equivalent, replace the transistor by the H parameter model. Okay, and that circuit you will analyze, right? If it is a problem, you will have values. After analyzing, after deriving, simply put the values, you get the expressions for whatever asked. Okay, if the question asks AI, you will derive, put the values, you will get. Okay, very easy, provided you have sufficient practice. Okay, so these are all the expressions put together which we have derived in the previous class. Okay, so now see, so far whatever we have discussed, it is exact model. Okay, the circuit, the equivalent circuit that we have considered, this is the exact model. Now under certain conditions, we can obtain approximate model. Okay, under certain conditions we can obtain approximate model. Now when we go for approximate model, the analysis becomes easier. Okay, the analysis becomes easier. Okay, now let us see how we can go for the approximate model. I want answers from all of you. Okay, so next we are going for how to derive approximate model. Okay, how to derive approximate model. Now for this, let us take a small case. Okay, let us take a small case. Suppose I have two resistors in parallel. Okay, I have two resistors in parallel. One is a larger resistance, another is a smaller resistance. Okay, larger resistance, smaller resistance. Two resistances in parallel. Okay, now current will choose which path? Large resistance path or small resistance path?
Small.
Very good. Current will choose smaller resistance path. Now, if this resistance is sufficiently larger, if the resistance is sufficiently larger than the small resistance, okay, then can I approximate that the entire current will flow through the small resistance? Can I approximate? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, so the condition is if one resistance is sufficiently large compared to the other resistance, then I can approximate that the current flows, the entire current that is coming into the parallel branch is flowing through this small resistance. Means I can ignore the current flowing through the larger resistance. Means I can say, I can approximate that it is as if not connected in the circuit. Okay, I can say, or I can approximate that the larger resistance is not connected. Okay, so what I want to say is you have larger resistance, smaller resistance in parallel. You can approximate that there are not two resistances, there is only one resistance, and that is the smaller resistance. Means you can replace the larger resistance by open circuit. You can simply remove it off. Okay, if you didn't understand, try to find out parallel combination of 100 kilo ohm, 1 kilo ohm. One of you calculate 100 kilo ohm, 1 kilo ohm. Find out the equivalent parallel connection. 100 kilo ohm in parallel with 1 kilo ohm. One of you please try, use calculator, anything. What is the two resistors in parallel? What is the equivalent? R1 into R2 by R1 plus R2. So 100 kilo ohm in parallel with 1 kilo ohm, what will that be? 100 into 1 divided by 100 plus 1. So what will that be? Yes, what will that be?
0.9.
0 point? How much is it?
0.99.
0.99, very good. Okay, one of your friend calculated 100 kilo ohm into 1 kilo ohm divided by 100k plus 1k. Okay, the parallel combination of 100 kilo ohm and 1 kilo ohm, 0.99 kilo ohm. Can I approximate it to be 1 kilo ohm? Yes.
Yes.
So 100 kilo ohm large resistance, 1 kilo ohm small resistance. If I am calculating the equivalent, I am getting nearly equal to the small resistance, isn't it? Yes? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So I can approximate that as if the 100 ohm is not there. I can say as if the 100 ohm is not there. It is appearing as if the 100 ohm has no role in the circuit, means I can replace the larger resistance by open circuit. See, most of our circuits, if you get confused, you can simply take examples like this, as I've taken 100k in parallel with 1k. What does the equivalent? It is nearly equal to the small resistance. Okay. So you need not remember, need not by heart anything. Okay. You just analyze, put simple examples, values, and then understand. Okay. So this is the first approximation that we will use. Okay. Now let us go back to our previous circuit, the equivalent circuit. We are going back to our equivalent circuit. Here, there are two resistances. Okay. There are two resistances. Now tell me, when can I neglect this value? When can I neglect 1 by HOE? If 1 by HOE is much
Greater than
very
RL.
good, very good. If 1 by HOE is greater than RL, if 1 by HOE is sufficiently greater than RL, then I can replace this by open circuit. Okay, right? And not only that, if I replace this, okay, if I don't have this resistance, then see, suppose if I have this resistance, IC is equal to this current plus this current, isn't it? Now, if I don't have this resistance, IC will be nearly equal to what? Please answer. Suppose if IC will be nearly equal to
Source current, sir. HFI.
IC will be nearly equal to, I didn't get. Can you repeat?
HFE.
Very good. Okay. So now we are getting, see, based on the approximation, we are getting simplification. First approximation, 1 by HOE. Usually this 1 by HOE will be in the order of 10 power 3 to 10 power 4. Okay. HOE will be in the order of 10 power minus 3 to 10 power minus 4. So 1 by HOE will be in the order of 10 power 3 to 10 power 4. And that is much larger, okay, then this. For example, you are connecting a speaker load, you are amplifying voice load, you are connecting speaker has low resistance in the order of ohm. Okay, then this one in the order of kilo ohm. So large resistance in parallel with small resistance, I can neglect this. Okay, I can neglect this. I can simply replace it by open circuit. I can say as if this is not there in the circuit. Then IC will be nearly equal to HFE IB. So now we got 2 points. First point, I can neglect this resistance. Second point, when I neglect, we get IC nearly equal to HFE IB. So 2 points we will take. We will neglect 1 by HOE, and second, we will take IC nearly equal to HFE IB. We will take these 2 points and we will proceed. Is there anybody who didn't understand this? Please tell me. Okay. So as I keep telling, anything you don't understand, feel free to stop me. Okay. So now we will use these 2 points and we will proceed. Okay. So here, when I say much less, okay, when I say much less, I will say 10 times, okay, less than 10 times. So what I am doing is, I am dividing this 1 by HOE by 10 or multiplying by 0.1, both are same, isn't it? Okay, x by 10 is equal to 0.1 into x, okay. So what I am taking is, I am taking the case when the small resistance is more than 10 times lower than the large resistance. When the small resistance is more than 10 times lower than the large resistance, this statement I am mathematically representing like this. The small resistance is RL, okay. The small resistance is RL more than 10 times, okay, lower, or say 10 times lower, 10 times lower. So 10 times lower, 10 times is your 0.1 less than, okay. So it is RL is 10 times or less, okay. In fact, 10 times lower than your 1 by HOE. So mathematically representing statement. So one more skill you have learned. You have equation, you can represent it mathematically, okay. Fine. Then I can neglect this resistance 1 by HOE. Now I can further simplify this. I can cross multiply HOE to the other side. So HOE RL if less than 0.1, HOE RL if less than 0.1, I can neglect 1 by HOE. So condition, important condition. If you want to go for approximate analysis, you cannot directly go. You have to check the condition, okay. You have to check the condition. If the condition satisfies, then only you will go for approximate analysis, okay. Fine. Next, having neglected 1 by HOE, okay, or it is one and the same. You are neglecting that component. You are neglecting the component HOE. Then what is that second point we discussed? IC will be equal to HFE-IB. I can make another approximation. IC equal to the second point, okay. First point is this, I can neglect the larger resistance. Second point, when I neglect that larger resistance, IC is equal to HFE-IB, okay. Now, let us use this and see further if we will get any more approximations, okay. Further we will get any more approximations. Now again, let us go back to the circuit. Here, okay, here there is a term HRE-VC. There is a term HRE-VC, okay. Now, VC is related to IC because VC is minus IC into RL. Now, when we neglect this resistance, we got IC and HFE-IB relation. So, indirectly what is happening is, due to the neglecting of this resistance, when we neglect this is changing, okay, this is changing because this, okay, the current, some portion of the current, okay, was earlier getting divided into these two, but now there is a direct relation between IC, HFE-IB. IC is equal to HFE-IB. So, because VC is related to, what is VC? Anybody give me answer? What is VC in terms of IC and
Output voltage.
VC is? What is VC here? Yes, please answer, no problem. Again, I couldn't hear, again you answer. VC is minus IC into RL, okay. So, this term I can write HRE into minus IC into RL. Okay. Then another, earlier we have discussed, if I neglect this IC, now I can replace by HFE IB. Okay. When I neglect this IC, I can replace by HFE IB. Okay. So next, what we will do, we will take this term alone. We will replace VC with minus IC into RL. And again the IC, we will replace it with HFE IB. Okay. These changes we will make. Okay. So when we do that, what do we get? VC, we are writing in terms of IC and RL, we are taking magnitude. Okay. Because when you want to neglect, it doesn't matter, the value has to be small, whether it is positive or negative. Okay. 0.001, I can neglect. Minus 0.001, that is also close to 0. So it is enough if I check the magnitude. Okay. So we are taking HRE mod VC. Okay. So HRE mod VC, actually VC is IC into RL, mod of VC is minus IC into RL. And just now we have found out that IC I can replace by HFE IB for approximate analysis. So this IC I will replace by the IC that we have here, we will replace by HFE IB. Is there anybody who did not understand or you want me to repeat? Please tell. Okay, great.
Sir, repeat once again.
Okay. So from where you want me to repeat the entire process? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. So I'm going back to the circuit. I'm going back to the circuit. Now, how to get approximate analysis? Larger resistance in parallel with small resistance. Because current will choose a small resistance, I can say, or I can neglect the presence of larger resistance in the circuit. So now, based on the analysis of practical values, okay, I told you this term will be in the order of kilo ohm, this term will be in the order of ohm. Okay. So I can say that the current flowing through this can be neglected, means I can approximate that this component is not connected in the circuit. When I approximate that, now the current entering, based on KCL, the current entering is equal to current in this branch and in this branch. Now I said that this is a larger current, this is a larger resistance, so no current here, or negligible current flows here. Negligible current flows here means I can approximate IC is equal to HFE IB. So 2 points, I can open circuit this and I can approximate IC is equal to HFE IB. When I do that, I can automatically get simplification here. How? VC is IC in terms of IC RL, VC is minus IC into RL. Okay. So if I take magnitude of this, it will be HRE IC RL, HRE IC RL. Now that IC, okay, I have earlier approximated that IC is nearly equal to HFE IB because this is not there. So again that IC I can replace by HFE IB. When I do all this, this is what I will get. Okay. First, neglect the larger resistance. When I neglect the larger resistance, IC is simply equal to the current source, which is HFE IB. Okay. And then, which is HFE IB, and then again in that term, HRE VC, VC is ICRL, considering only magnitude. IC now taking this, replacing IC with HFE IB. Okay, we get this. Why we are doing this? Why we are doing this is because it is found that, again, considering practical values, HRE into HFE, okay, is nearly equal to 0.1. Reverse voltage gain multiplied by forward current gain, okay, for common emitter circuit, okay, for common emitter amplifier circuit, the value is a small value, okay, the value is small value. HFE in the order of 50 or 100, okay, gain in the order of, say, in the order of 500, right? Now reverse gain, so it will be somewhere around 50 by 500, okay. So the product is usually very small. What I am trying to say is, when we consider this approximation, automatically this value is becoming small, okay, automatically this value is becoming small. So I can also neglect the HRE-VC, right? I can also neglect the HRE-VC. In simple words, now I can neglect two components. In this circuit, I can neglect two components. I can remove this. And I can make this 0. Okay, I can make this 0. Now, if I make this 0 voltage means short circuit. This value is very small. Small voltage I can approximate with short circuit. Okay, right? Short circuit, just to take a wire, measure voltage. Irrespective of whatever you connect to that wire, still the voltage you will get is 0. If you want, try, go to lab. When you go to lab, try it. Okay, just take a wire, measure both ends. Wherever you connect, still the voltage is 0 because it is short circuit, direct connection. Okay, no potential difference. So how can I replace this? I can replace this by short circuit, means the approximate model will contain, okay, see, earlier the transistor 4 components: HIE, HRE-VC, HFE-IB, 1 by HIE. Now how many components? Yes, now only 2 components. One is HIE from here and next HFE-IB from here. Okay, so only 2 components. The equivalent circuit we get is this one. Okay, the equivalent circuit we get is this one. This is approximate H parameter model for CE amplifier. Okay, approximate H parameter model for CE amplifier. How are we approximating? 1 by HOE, because it is large, we have replaced by open circuit. Next, HRE-VC, the value was small, so we are replacing it by short circuit. And this is the approximate model. Now let us generalize this. Okay, let us generalize this. See, I have base, emitter, collector. From base to emitter, I have HIE. So base to emitter, I have HIE. Next, from collector to emitter, I have HFE-IB. So collector to emitter, HFE-IB, right? And junction of this HIE and HFE-IB, this junction, okay, HFE-IB and HIE, the junction is nothing but the emitter terminal. The junction is nothing but the emitter terminal. Okay, what we are trying to do here is, we are generalizing. Okay, the 2-port network we are now taking as 3 legs, separate legs: base, emitter, collector. Very, very important, because now I can use this for any configuration. Common base I will bring down, emitter I will take input, collector I will take output. common collector, I will take common, base input, collector. So simply twisting these arms, I can use this approximate and analyze any transistor circuit. Okay, I can use this model, very important, because just